it's good to see you. Do you hate sit-ups? Well, let me tell you, you can improve and build on your core strength without doing any sit-ups. And in this video, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to take you through a bite-sized Pilates session, all focused on strengthening the core, but without any sit-ups in sight. So grab your mat, let's get going. Okay, are you ready? So we're going to start laying on our back. Lay yourselves down on your back, feet are flat, knees are bent, and we're just going to do a few pelvic rocks. So imprinting the spine, releasing the spine, hollowing the back away from the floor, finding your midway point, what we call our neutral spine. If you're not sure what your neutral spine is, I have got another video on my channel that explains that, so it might be worth having a look at that if you want to first. So when we're here, then just imagine a hipster belt. You're drawing it in a notch tighter than you would do normally, so bracing these abdominals. And again, not sure about how to connect with these core muscles, there's a video on that too that you can check out. Okay, arms by the side. I'm going to take it into the 100. Couple of options for you here. You can just hold up one leg, or a bit more challenging is to hold up two legs. If you're just doing one leg, then obviously you need to hold it for a couple of breaths and then change, so making sure you're symmetrical. Otherwise, we're holding both legs up. The knees are in line over the hips, the shins are parallel to the floor, and we're keeping our neutral spine here. And you should feel those deep abdominals working just to hold the legs in that position and keep your neutral spine. When we're here, we're going to take a double arm float. Breathing in. Exhale as you bring the arms over. Inhale. Exhale. The arms haven't got to reach the floor. Okay, so if you find they're quite tight through your shoulders, you don't want the rib cage popping up, you want to keep it nice and soft. Let's just do one more. So from here we're going to take it into scissors. So with your legs lifted, you're going to tap one leg down and then the other. If you're doing single legs, you can just alternate lifting one leg and then the other one. Or we're starting from the top here and tapping one toe down. The closer you tap to your bottom, the easier it is. So you could modify this a little bit by tapping further away, but be mindful that the back doesn't start to peel away from the floor. Okay? You don't want to put too much strain through the lower back. You want to keep it in the neutral spine, really feeling those abdominals working. Two more. Good job. Come back to that 100 position, and we're going to take it into bicycle. So a little, literally a bicycle movement, like you're cycling a bike. Keep the legs nice and high to begin with, so sort of like at 45 degrees. If you want to take it a little bit bigger, you can, but again, keeping this neutral spine in position, really working those deep abdominals. Two more. Well done. Hug the knees into the chest. Good. Now you may feel that in the lower back as well as the tummy, and that's fine. That's all your core. Okay, everything's connected with fascia all the way around your centre, like a little personal corset that you're wearing. We're going to repeat all of that. So coming into your 100 position, holding it here, breathing in, double arm float. Exhale. As you exhale, just keep that connection with your imaginary belt. So just be mindful of that, putting your mind to the muscles you're working. One more. Checking in on your technique, on your alignment, making sure we're still in the neutral spine. Okay, we've got our scissors. We're going to do 8. So you can tap a little bit further away if you want to. Keeping nice and strong here through the centre. 5, 6, 7, 8. Into your bicycle. So you can take these a little bit bigger if you want to, as long as you can keep that spine in neutral. If you need to take a break, do so. It's better to take a break, come back to it and do them properly, rather than losing your technique and just carrying on. I've lost count, no idea how many we've done. Let's do 2 more. Well done, and hug the knees into the chest. Good. Extend the arms and legs away in opposite directions, and then rolling round onto your side. So bring yourself into a side kick position. Your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked, drawing the waist away from the floor, and again, bracing these abdominals. You can have your hand just like touching front, but if you feel okay, if you're fairly balanced, try and have it on your top leg, so you're just working the core a little bit more. We're going to lift the top leg, we're going to lift the bottom to join, and keeping the pelvis nice and still, we're going to take it into swimming legs. So the top leg goes forwards as the bottom leg goes back. Really keep lifting that bottom leg up, so it's working from the hip. You may find it wants to brush on the floor and bend at the knee. You want to lift, work that inner thigh. Okay, good. So stay nice and balanced. Keep the movement with the legs quite small. Only take it bigger if you can keep this stability here. And you'll feel, if you put your hand on your waist, you can feel these waist muscles, these core muscles working hard here. You may feel in the back again, that's fine. That's all the core, that's the bit we want to work. Good. Exhale one way, inhale the other. Keep the head nice and relaxed on the arm. Breathe. Good job. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Well done, and relax the legs down. Good. Come round onto your front now. So you're coming into a box position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. And just find your neutral spine for me here. So just hollow and arch the back a few times. Make that movement smaller and smaller. Find your midway point. Okay, so we're in my neutral spine again. Drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears. We're going to tuck the toes under and just hover the knees off the floor. Lower the knees, release the toes. At this point, if you want to just take the weight off the wrist for a moment, you can, or you can keep going. So tuck the toes under, hold the knees, feel those deep abdominals engaged, just lifting the knees up just enough so I can slide a piece of paper underneath. Lower and release. Okay, if you want to take it to the next level, bring in a heel. Keep the pelvis level, then the other heel. So you're bringing one heel into the bottom and then release. Okay, so you tuck under, hover the knees. Really feel that through the core. And release. Good. So you can carry on with that. If you want something a little bit more challenging, or you want to try the next level, we'll take it into a full plank, and we're going to be doing double knee taps. Tapping down. Again, feel that control coming through from the centre to keep the pelvis level. So whichever version you're doing, we're doing 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Just bring yourself into a child's pose. Just lengthen through the spine, take the tailbone down to the heels. And then circle the wrist around a few times if you want to. Okay, let's do 1 more little set. So whichever level you are doing, so I'll go in reverse this time. We're going to do 8, so you might be doing your plank with your knee taps. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. You might be doing a little knee hover and with a heel press. And releasing in between. Good. So when you have finished, you can just sit back into child's pose, or you can see if you can squeeze another couple out. Okay, or you might just be doing a knee lift. This is my last one. And release. Well done. Okay, bring yourselves onto your front then. We're going to take it into swimming in a prone position, so laying on our front. Arms are out in front of you, legs lengthened behind. Looking down to the mat, engaging those core muscles. So think of that imaginary belt again, just drawing it in a notch tighter than normal. And we can lengthen opposite arm and leg. Opposite arm. And leg, lengthen and lift. You don't have to lift high. It's more about lengthening along the diagonal. And you want to make sure as you lift the leg, you're putting your thought into your glutes and your hamstrings. So if you squeeze the glute, draw up through the front of the thighs, lengthen away from the floor, the rest of the leg will just float up. Okay, so with your legs, squeeze the glute, Draw up through the front of the thigh, lift the knee, and the rest of the leg will float up. It's not lifting so high you're taking it into the lower back. So recruit those glutes, not too high. Stick with this, or try double, arm and leg. Exhale as you lengthen and lift. Inhale as you lower. And I've got one more little challenge for you. Lengthen and lift, and then alternate arms and legs. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the core pulled in. 2, 1, and relax down. Well done. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, lift the head up. Walk the eyes along the floor, along the wall, and just take it through a back extension as far as you're comfortable. Keep the lower back relaxed, shoulders down and away from the ears. So just stretching out through the core here, the anterior part of the spine, and down. Well done. Let's take it, let's do another set of our swimming. So you're doing either alternate arms and legs, or both arms and legs, or both arms and legs and holding them and then alternate. Let's do another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Use the glutes, keep the core connected. 2, 1. Relax down, well done. Bring the hands under the chest, into that little back extension. Looking up towards the ceiling, relax the lower body. Rolling down. Good. Push yourself back. Let's just stretch the back out in the opposite direction. Taking into that child's pose. Even into a cat stretch if you want to. Good. And then you're going to bring yourself round so you're laying on your other side. So whichever side you did before. So if you're copying me, mirroring me, you should be on your left. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Feeling of drawing that waist away from the floor, just enough room for a little ant to crawl underneath. That's what you're aiming for. And bracing these abdominals. We're lifting the top leg, bottom to join. Try and have this hand on top so you're not using your arms to balance you, but you're using your core. And then when you're ready, you're going to take the top leg forwards as the bottom leg goes back, and then vice versa. Keeping the pelvis nice and still. So no rocking and rolling, forwards and backwards. Keeping nice and still, lengthening that bottom leg from the hip. Yep, so the back of the knees are long. Keep the movement small. Only take it bigger if you can keep this stability. And breathe, don't forget to breathe. Exhale one way, inhale the other. Exhale one way, inhale the other. Good. Relax the head down. Let's just do a couple more. Keeping this core strong. Last one. Good job, well done. Roll round onto your back. Okay, we're going to finish with a little combination of our single leg and double leg stretch. If the double leg stretch is too much for you, you can carry on with the single leg stretch. So we're going to come back into our 100 position here, making sure in our neutral spine. If having 2 legs lifted is too much for you, you can have 1 foot on the ground. And we're going to lengthen and bring it in and lengthen. So we're going to add in an opposite arm here. So single arm, opposite arm to the leg that's extending. Let's just do 2 more. I'm just keeping it at a diagonal level here. Okay, then we take our double legs. So we can take both arms back as we extend the legs. Again, I'm keeping the legs at 45 degrees or above. So you can straighten them to the ceiling, that's fine. Or about 45 degrees. I find if I take my legs lower, my back wants to pull away from the floor. And this is where we need that core strength. And what I would normally do is say lift your head and shoulders, but we're not doing sit-ups. We don't need to do sit-ups. We're absolutely fine here, but what I don't want you to do is put too much strain through the lower back. So we're going to keep the legs at about 45 degrees, and you'll feel you working. I can feel that, okay? So we're going to do 2 single legs, then 2 double legs. Just hug the knees in for a second. 2 single, 2 double, or 4 single if you prefer. So in your neutral spine. Are you ready? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale as you lengthen. Don't need to rush it. Okay, 2 double. Or another 2 single. And then repeat with your singles. Exhale. Keep mindful of that neutral spine. If you're in the right position, you're thinking about your alignment, you don't need to lift the head and shoulders off the floor to strengthen these core muscles. All the head and shoulders do is engage the upper abdominals slightly. Last little set. Well done. Hug the knees in. Oh, extend the arms and legs away along the floor. Just really take it into full body stretch. Stretching from the fingertips to the toes. Then bend the knees up and take the arms in and the head looking over one way and take the knees to the other way. Just releasing through the centre. And change direction. Good. Well done. Come back to centre. Hug the knees in. Do a little roll up to sitting. Well done. So, as we just breathe in, you will have felt that through the core. The core, remember, is not just your tummy muscles. It's the back, it's your diaphragm, it's your obliques, your waist. Everything is connected. We've worked all of that in those few exercises, and we haven't done a single sit-up. Bring the hands down through centre, breathe out. So well done. No sit-ups, and you've still had a really good session working those deep abdominal muscles, those core muscles that ultimately hold your, they're your postural muscles, so help hold you upright, help prevent backache and so on. So well done, good job. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, and please also subscribe to this channel. That helps me to provide you with more workouts, more videos, and help you to keep moving as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing, and take care, and I will see you soon.